should take precedence over industrial expansion. At 5 p.m., Kings and Queens Zenith School meets Straight Gate High School on the motion. Globalization enriches rather than erases national culture. The stakes are high. The arguments will be fierce. I am Yvonne, Okhaifo. Join Femi, Obong-Daniels and me on Tuesday as the strongest teams book their place in the semi-finals. I Beg to Differ Season 9. 32 schools, now 6. 1 winner, 5 million naira, 1 grand title, the champion of champions. Sponsored by GZ Industries, supported by Obi-Wizi, Multiplan Pathway College and Fina Microfinance Bank. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
The quarterfinals of the first regional championship in I Beg to Differ Season 9 concludes today. 8 schools began this stage, each with one goal in mind: to earn a place among the final 4. Yesterday's contests were nothing short of electric. There was drama. There were concerns. There were heartbreaks. There were also victories. Great Solid Rock College triumphed over Ideal Crystal School in a debate that pushed logic and passion to their limits. Later, Honeyland Schools edged out longtime champion Wellspring College after a gripping exchange of whether artificial intelligence can improve political decision-making. 2 schools have booked their semi-final spots, and today 2 more will join them. So we say welcome to you to the last day of the quarterfinals. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3. Like, comment, and share the live streams on those 2 platforms. Welcome once again. I'm Femi Obong-Daniels.
And I am Yvonne Okhaifo. Don't forget you can catch I Beg to Differ live on Kids FM 101.7. And if you miss any of the debates during the week, no worries. The full highlights awaits you every weekend on Wazobia Max Television. Just tune in to DSTV channel 259, Go TV channel 98, or Star Times channel 195. A huge thank you to GZ Industries, our proud lead sponsor this edition. We're also grateful to Multi-Plan Pathway College, Fina Microfinance Bank, and Obi-Weezy for their amazing support in making this competition possible.
Time to meet our judges. Let's welcome our Chief Judge, Dr. Chiking Beadi-Iche. He's the head of department, Communication, Media and Cultural Studies, Pan Atlantic University, Lagos. Welcome, Chief Judge Chike. Judge Ama Ekove is the Program Manager, Center for Inclusive Social Development. Welcome to you, Judge Ama. Judge Ufoma Egbamuno is the News Manager, Nigeria Info, Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Kids FM. Welcome, Judge Ufoma Egbamuno. Standby Judge is Hillary Noruka, Digital Editorial Lead, Nigeria Info. And last but by no means least, Principal Yvonne Okhaifo, broadcaster and elocution coach. She's our Diction coach and judge. Welcome one and all. Welcome to you too, Yvonne.
Thank you, Femi. The champions of this edition will walk away with 5 million naira and 3 sleek Samsung tablets. Our runners-up will receive 3 million naira alongside 3 powerful Bluetooth speakers, while the third place team will take home 2 million naira and 3 premium Bluetooth headphones. Now, these exciting prizes are proudly powered by GZ Industries, our lead sponsor this edition. We also celebrate the unwavering support of our partners, Obi-Weezy, Multi-Plan Pathway College, and Fina Microfinance Bank for helping make I Beg to Differ Season 9, a platform where young voices shine.
No doubt one bit. Time now for us to meet the contestants. And before we meet them, a quick reminder to all the contestants. It's 4 minutes each in the presentation and rebuttal rounds, 3 minutes in the closing rounds. During your rebuttals, be sure to first refute your opponent's points before adding fresh points to back up your arguments. If you don't, you'll forfeit your extra points. In addition to the strength of your points, you will be judged for your elocution and style of presentation. You could tie. If that happens, you go into the tiebreaker round. In this round, you will switch sides. You'll get 5 minutes to argue the position previously argued by your opponent. You get to determine how you want to go, whether one of you represents you for the 5 minutes or whether you want to share the load somehow. It's your choice. Having said that, Lagos, let us meet the contestants. First, introducing out of Itire, Mushin, Lagos. Strong contenders for the title of regional champions. They beat New Estate Baptist Secondary School, Surulere, Lagos, in their first round of debates. Teachers should be the highest paid public servants, the topic was on that occasion. And into the round of 16 they went, defeating International School, University of Lagos. And in that second round, the topic on that occasion was national resilience depends more on citizens than leaders. Prevailed yet again, and they are back today. Make welcome to the duo of Abdullahi Ozeme and Mary Rose Onyewaku. Welcome, both of you. It's good to have you in the studios with us yet again. Ozeme is 16, same as Mary Rose. They are both in SS3. They are supported by Chioma Oduku, who is 14 and is in SS2. Once again, welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Timi Comprehensive College, Itire, Mushin, Lagos. That is their school. Their opponents are debating out of Ofada, Ogun State. They beat Rahmania Private Schools, Agege, Lagos, in their first round Corporal punishment in schools should be reintroduced in Lagos. That was the topic. In the second round, the round of 16, they beat Life Joy Academy, Iba, Lagos, on the topic corporate social responsibility should focus more on sustainability than philanthropy. And here they are again, Lagos. Make welcome to the duo of Ayeba Tokoni Leah Zipele and Babalola Deborah Tolua Lokwe of Heritage Group of Schools of Fada, Ogun State. Welcome, Deborah. Welcome, Leah. Welcome to you too.
Thank you, sir.
Deborah. Yeah, Leah and Deborah. All right. Leah is 14 years. She's in SS2. Deborah is also 14. She's in SS3. They are supported by Adio Timothy Olamilekon, who's 15 and also an SS3 student.
The motion this hour is environmental protection should take precedence over industrial expansion. Last week, these contestants picked how this debate would go today. Now they will remind us of how it will indeed go today, starting with the Chief Speaker for Timi Comprehensive College.
You're supporting the motion.
You will support the motion that environmental protection should take precedence over industrial expansion. That leaves Heritage Group of Schools with the opposing side. Wonderful. The rules have been laid out. They know the topic. They know how they will debate. All that is left to do now is the battle itself. But that will come right after this break.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
Hello there, I'm here to tell you about the world-class beverage cans producers, GZI. At GZI, excellence is our hallmark. We produce world-class aluminum beverage cans that meet the highest international quality and safety standards. Our cans are 100% recyclable, lightweight, and designed to keep every beverage fresh while protecting the planet. With state-of-the-art facilities and responsible production practices, we are proudly setting the pace for sustainable packaging across Africa. GZI. Yes, we can.
On Tuesday, the quarterfinals come to a close. At 4 p.m., Timi Comprehensive College faces Heritage Group of Schools, debating the motion environmental protection should take precedence over industrial expansion. At 5 p.m., Kings and Queens Zenith School meets Straight Gate High School on the motion globalization enriches rather than erases national culture. The stakes are high. The arguments will be fierce. I am Yvonne, Okhaifo. Join Femi, Obong-Daniels and me on Tuesday as the strongest teams book their place in the semi-finals. I Beg to Differ Season 9. 32 schools, now 6. 1 winner, 5 million naira, 1 grand title, the champion of champions. Sponsored by GZ Industries, supported by Obi-Wizi, Multiplan Pathway College and Finna Microfinance Bank. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
Good afternoon again and welcome to the contest proper. The quarterfinals, the last day of the quarterfinals on I Beg to Differ. The journey from day 1 to 14 has tested logic, poise, and of course courage. Today, 4 more schools will fight for the last 2 seats in the semi-final. All the best, young ones. All the best to you. All right. Thanks to our lead sponsor, GZI. We appreciate you. We thank you to Obi-Wizi. We also appreciate Fina Trust, Microfinance Bank, and Multiplan Pathway College.
Timi Comprehensive College will support the motion that environmental protection should take precedence over industrial action. The Chief Speaker, Ozeme, will get 4 minutes. Your time starts now.
Wendell Berry once wrote, "The earth is what we all have in common. It's our shared inheritance. our only home. Imagine the greatest masterpiece ever created, 4.5 billion years in making, and yet today it is traded for the fleeting profit, forgetting that once destroyed could never be recovered. Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, and my attentive audience. My name is Abdullah Ozeme, representing Timi Comprehensive College, here to support the motion environmental protection should take precedence over industrial expansion. Environmental protection, as defined by the United Nations Environment Programme, is simply safeguarding the natural world from harmful human activities. It is the critical safeguard that we argue must come first. Let's begin with the global economic imperative. The World Economic Forum 2024 Global Risk Report is unequivocal. The top 4 global risks are all environmental. Climate action failure, extreme weather, ecosystem collapse now represent the single greatest threat of the global economy. The World Bank quantifies this threat, estimating that uncontrolled climate change could force over 130 million people into poverty by 2030 and drain the global economy of nearly $88 trillion by 2050. In our Nigerian context, our own Nigerian sovereign investments authority itself has reported that climate change impact on like desertification and flooding could cost Nigeria about 30% of our GDP by 2050. This is not a future problem. It is a present-day budgetary reality. Now, let's confront the human health cost, which is a silent pandemic. The World Health Organization states that air pollution alone costs about 7 million premature deaths annually worldwide. But we do not need to look that far to see the symptoms. Right here in Nigeria, our trusted public health voices are sounding the alarm. The Aproko doctor, with his platform dedicated to educating millions of Nigerians, has constantly reported on the direct link between environmental pollution and a surge in respiratory disease like asthma, lung cancer, and systemic failure from heavy metal poisoning. He calls this a silent pandemic, a public health crisis fueled by the very air we breathe and the water we drink. This is a direct consequence of industrial neglect. It is not just a theory, it is a daily reality in our clinics and hospitals. In the Niger Delta, this takes a even darker turn. A 2019 study from the University of St. Gallen found that infants are twice as likely to die in their first months of life if their mothers were exposed to oil spills. This creates a tragic direct line from corporate balance sheets to the graves of Nigerian newborns. And what is the ultimate cost when a society prioritizes industry over life itself? It is measured in blood and suppression of justice. In 1995, the Nigerian state executed Ken Saro-Wiwa and 8 other Ogoni leaders for the crime of leading a non-violent movement to demand environmental protection for their land. He was hanged for asserting that clean water should come before crude oil, and he's not alone. The global organization Global Witness reports that in the last decade, over 1,900 environmental defenders have been killed for protecting their land from industrial encroachment. This is the brutal logical endpoint of a system. This is the brutal logical endpoint of a system that prioritizes pipeline over life. Now, the Niger Delta stands as our national monument to this failure. According to our own National Oil Spills Detection and Response Agency, it's from 1976 to 2014, Nigerians have suffered over 12,000 oil spills. This is a documented spill every single day for over 3 decades. The United Nations Environment Programme 2011 assessment report of Ogoniland found pollution so profound that it will take about 30 years for an initial investment of $1 billion just to begin remediation. They found drinking water infected with carcinogens like benzenes at levels 900 times above World Health Organization level. The direct cost, as reported by the Agriculture and Food Organization, is the destruction of 60% of this region vital mangrove forest and a collapse in its fish stocks, obliterating the traditional economy and plunging a once prosperous region into desperate poverty. Thank you.
Well done.
Abdullahi Ozeme of Timi Comprehensive College, Ikire, Mushin, Lagos. We'll now move over to Heritage Group of Schools of Ogun State and their lead debater, Ayeba Tokoni Leah Zipele.
Distinguished judges, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to begin with this truth. No country ever became rich by prioritizing environmental protection over industrial expansion. Not America, not China, not South Korea, not even the greener part of Europe. Today we stand to debate a topic that sounds noble but ignores the hard truth. Industrial expansion is the engine of a national survival. It provides employment, builds infrastructure, drives innovation, and feeds millions. Environmental protection is important, but when poverty affects over 88.5 million Nigerians, prioritizing it over industrial goals is like asking a drowning man to worry about the color of the water. Every developed nation's polluted forest then clean later when they had wealth. So why should Nigeria be forced to follow a different rule book? I am Zipele Leah from the most prestigious electoral lawsuits, yet to oppose the motion which says environmental protection should take precedence over industrial expansion. To begin with, poverty is Nigeria's biggest crisis. With over 88.5 million Nigerians living in multidimensional poverty, according to MBS 2022. The country should focus on human survival first. Environmental protection cannot outweigh human suffering. Secondly, industrialization is Nigeria's largest job creator. The industrial sector employs over 4.2 million people annually, placing the environment force to shut industries and push millions into unemployment. Moving on, overregulation already cripples small industry. Over 28% of Nigerian SMEs collapsed in 2021 due to regulation pressure, according to Smidan. Stricter environmental policy will lead to stricter business strategies. Furthermore, every developed nation industrialized first before going green. The US, China, Germany, and Japan polluted first to escape poverty, later went green. Nigeria cannot jump to green without passing through growth. Concurrently, industry reduces crime by reducing unemployment. According to World Bank, a 10% rise in employment reduces crime by 2.3%. This is an immediate measurable change in my opponents. Additionally, industry output contributes massively to our environment. Nigeria contributes 32% to GDP, according to World Bank 2024. Stopping this for environmental reasons is economic suicide, my opponents. Also, industry funds environmental protection to taxes. Countries with clean environment such as Sweden and Norway have strong industries, and believe in my opponent, no industry equals no revenue, and no revenue equals no environmental protection. You must know that unemployment is a more urgent crisis than pollution. Nigeria has recorded 33% cases of unemployment, which is the highest in Africa, and believe my opponent, joblessness kill faster than any carbon emission. Did you know that countries over prioritizing environment lost industry? Germany's strict climate policies has led to 6,000 factory closures, according to EU Energy Reports 2020. We cannot afford to repeat their mistake. Lest I forget, countries need wealth, which industry creates. Poor countries cannot prioritize environmental laws. They need wealth first. Concurrently, strong industry builds strong infrastructure. Factories provide roads, power lines, schools, and hospitals. Key factors of national development. Concurrently, industry boosts technology and innovation. Countries such as Singapore and South Korea has achieved global success through industrialization, not formulated environmental policies. Moving on, industry boosts technology and innovation. Moving on, industry promotes urban development. Sources such as Shenzhen, Singapore, and Dubai has grew into global giants through industrialization, not formulated environmental policies. Also, industrialization reduces pollution. Factory uses low carbon emission, creating a space for industrialization and environmental policies to coexist. Moving on, industry lifts millions out of poverty. According to World Bank, China has lifted over 800 million people out of poverty. This is an immediate measurable change in my opponents. Environmental protection will only restrict this process. Moving on, environmental protection slows growth. Slow growth. Countries with strict environmental laws grow 40% slower. Nigeria cannot afford slow growth. Also, environmental problems come from waste, not industry. UNEP report that 70% of Nigeria pollution is caused from domestic waste, not plastic. So blaming industry is misleading. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, industrial expansion is the foundation in which environmental protection is eventually built. A weak economy cannot fund a clean environment, because a country without industry is like a country without future. A country without industrial expansion has no jobs. A country without power can't power anything. I will state this point of mine. I will state the point of mine. Would you still agree with me that environmental protection should not take precedence over industrial expansion? I sincerely doubt. Thank you.
Well done.
Brilliant opening from both schools. That was Leah Zipale Ayebatokoni of the Heritage Group of Schools of Fada, Ogun State. And before her, you heard an opponent from Timi Comprehensive College, Itiremushin, Lagos, Abdullahi Ozeme.
We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Join the live streams, like, comment, and share. Nigeria Info 99.3. You can also catch this debate live on Kids FM 101.7 is the dial. We'll take a short break. When we'll come back, it'll be straight to the rebuttal round.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
Obiwizi is Nigeria's trusted name in affordable tech and gadget tradings. From Lagos to Abuja, from students to CEOs, Obiwizi is your guy for quality tech devices, brand new and pre-owned alike. Got a new phone or laptop? Bring it in and walk away with an upgrade or a cashback, or in fact, fact, both. Whether you shop in-store or online, at obiwizi.com, you are guaranteed value, warranty, and a customer-first experience. Obiwizi offers affordable tech, trusted service, because with gadgets, Obiwizi is your guy. Follow Obiwizi at Instagram at Obiwizi backup page or on TikTok at Obiwizi. That is at Obiwizi on TikTok. Obiwizi is spelled Obiwezi. That is Obiwezi.
At GZI, we believe corporate success must go hand in hand with community impact. Through our corporate social responsibility initiatives, we've supported lives across Nigeria, from donating protective coveralls to street sweepers nationwide to organizing free medical outreach programs for our host communities. We're committed to improving lives, promoting safety, and giving back wherever we operate. GZI, building communities, inspiring change.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
Welcome back to this first contest featuring Timi Comprehensive College and Heritage Group of Schools, debating a question that speaks to the future of our planet and the engine of our economy. Should environmental protection take precedence over industrial expansion? You've had the presentation rounds. It's time now for us to move straight into the rebuttal round, the arena of clash and counter-clash.
This round will commence with the motion opposer, Heritage Group of Schools. You will now hear from their representative Deputy Speaker, Deborah Babalola. You've got 4 minutes. Your time starts now.
Adjudicators, co-debaters, and my advertising audience. Babalola Deborah to from Heritage Group of Schools. Yes, vehemently refute my opponent 20 points, but promises to begin to know the African saying. Before we protect the forest, we must protect people living on it. Ladies and gentlemen, my opponents argue personally for the environment, and we all value it. But as Nemelat Amasan reminds us, sustainability is meaning some people cannot sustain themselves. But protect nature, yes, but not at the expense of human survival. Let's face further they won't mention. Jesus discovered that 5.3 million children die annually from pollution, not poverty. I discovered that 43% of African homes lack electricity, and environmental policies worsen this. As the tourist said, you cannot, I repeat, cannot build a green future on a broken economy. This debate is not industry versus environment, it is survival versus stagnation. So as my opponent said, global action imperatives. True. But I feel to forgot, my opponent said global action imperatives too, but I feel to forget that climate change also requires audience solutions. Data from IMF discovered that climate solutions require trillions in yearly investment. To that point, clearly holds no water. My opponent said that climate change impact, but industry pure fallacy. Industries only emit 0.3% of carbon. But not sure less per unit to efficient technology. Target tech upgrade, not industry stoppage. Data from IEA discovered that industry carbon intensity dropped by 34% globally in 20 years. So that point clearly holds no stance. My opponent said human health cost, but studies have shown that over 80% of this human health cost occur in countries with weak economies, destroying industries, weakening healthcare outcomes, and increasing death rates for more causes. Data from WHO discovered that healthcare outcomes strongly correlate with national income. So that point is clearly null and void. My opponent said the industrial expansion is a monument to failure. Why must it suffer twice? First from poverty and economic disruption. Failure occurs when a country has no resources to survive. My opponent said environmental protection must come first because pollution kills millions of people yearly. Yes, pollution kills, but poverty kills even more. Rapid economic shutdown worsens poverty rates. And development caution mortality faster than any environmental rule. Data from UNICEF discovered that 5.3 million children die from poverty-related causes. Far more than pollution ever does. My opponent said industries protect ecosystem. My opponent said that industry destroy ecosystem. Pure fallacy. Regulated industry plus environment that protect the ecosystem far better than informal black market activities that arise when industries are suppressed. Data from IEA discovered that 60% of informal sectors contribute to 60% of urban waste. So that point clearly holds no stance. My opponent said Lagos is sinking. Pure fallacy, because poor urban drainage system, I repeat, urban drainage system, not industries, contribute to 60% of Lagos flood. Data from UN Habitat discovered that
discovered that 6% of pollution comes from countries with weak economies. Infrastructure deficit causes majority of urban floods. So that point is clearly fallacy. My opponent said that industries causes waste pollution. Also to contribute to waste pollution in developing regions, not industries. Data from IEA discovered that also to contribute to 52% of waterway pollution in developing regions. So that point clearly holds no stance. My opponent said green jobs will replace industry jobs. Not yet. Green jobs require skills and training, something industry workers don't yet have. Transition will be gradual. Data from OECD discovered that green jobs require skill shifts in 60% of roles. Clearly, that point is fallacy. My opponent said environmental collapse require billions. True, and economic collapse also require trillions. Balance is the key, not blind precedence. Data from the WHO discovered that no country ever succeeded by jumping to sustainability without first industrializing. My opponent said green cities have infrastructure only when they have industries funded infrastructure, or else to get expected policies with no implementation. Data from the WHO discovers that 60% of African cities have no basic implementation. My opponent said sustainability promotes innovation, pure fallacy. Only when paired with a strong industry capacity. Innovation requires manufacturing. Data from OECD have discovered that 70% of patients come from countries with strong industrial bases. So that point is clearly null and void. My opponent said fossil fuel industries arm health. True, but 80% of Africa relies on them for electricity. We cannot shut life off in the hospital all in the name of environmental protection. Data from IEA discovered that African fossil fuel fuels 80% of electricity. So that point clearly is null and void. My opponent said environmental protection promotes tourism. Pure fallacy. Tourism collapses if insecurity and unemployment rises. If insecurity and unemployment rises due to economic collapse. In conclusion, dear audience, when industry stop, hospitals stop, when factories close, jobs close, and when progress is halted, poverty spreads like wildfire. That's why I firmly say environmental protection should not, cannot, will not, and must not take precedence over industrial expansion. Thank you.
That was Babalola Deborah Toluwalope of Heritage Group of Schools of Fada Ogun State, opening the rebuttal round. As we now move over to their opponent from Timi Comprehensive College, Itire, Mushin, Lagos. It's Mary Rose Onyewaku.
My opponents speak of industry as if it were a big mighty tree standing tall in the forest of national progress. But what they fail to see is that without the water, soil and air to sustain it, that single tree will wither and the entire forest will die. Today, my opponents offered us a feast, but on a table that's already set on fire. We're not being asked to choose between development and stagnation, no. We're being asked to choose between a factory's milk and a child's bread. A stack of naira today or a livable land tomorrow. Our appetite for more versus our thirst for clean water. The concrete jungle in place of the actual jungle. Our convenience today and our children's very existence tomorrow. And let me be clear on this. This debate is not just about the future. It's about the quality of our lives right here and right now. As we debate on this, I am reminded of the words of our very own Ken Sariwa, who paid the ultimate price for this cause. He said, "The environment is man's first right. Without a safe environment, man cannot exist to claim other rights, be they political, social, and especially economical." Good day, Chairman, erudite judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, and my ever-attentive audience. I am Onyewaku, representative of Timi Comprehensive College, here to strongly support the motion which states that environmental protection should take precedence over industrial expansion. First, I would like to dismantle a few claims earlier stated by my opponent, and if time permits, add 3 points of my own. Firstly, he stated that poverty is Nigeria's biggest crisis. Industrialization also increase job creation and urban development. Yes, they say we cannot eat a clean environment, that we must prioritize putting food on our table. But I beg to differ, because can a poison man eat at all? You said that we must prioritize creating jobs in order to alleviate poverty, but you are silent on the jobs that are destroyed by environmental neglect. The World Bank states that air and water pollution costs Nigeria 2.1 billion annually in health and lost labor. Every case of asthma caused by generator fumes, every case of cancer caused by contaminated water is a hospital bill that pushes a family deeper into poverty. So where is the economic gain? You say we must leave people out of poverty and leave them into what? Hospital wards or a community with no clean water. And also, youths don't just need jobs. Don't just need any jobs. They need sustainable jobs in a green economy. He also said that overregulation cripples an economy. We don't need industries that's come here to pollute. The Dangote refinery is a big example on major industries that can meet high standards. Competitiveness is measured by true sustainability and innovation, not being the world's dumping ground. He also stated that industrialization reduced crime rates because they increase job opportunities. Nothing is more destabilizing than crises or conflicts caused by food scarcity, water, and fertile land because of environmental decay. He also said prioritizing environmental protection is economic suicide. Let me give you a short story about the Ogoni people in the Niger Delta region. For decades, they were told that oil extraction is the key of Nigeria's economic survival. They were promised development and an end to poverty. But what happened in the end? Their environment became a toxic wasteland. Their traditional livelihood of farming and fishing became annihilated. The poverty that they were promised would be eliminated became entrenched, now coupled up with death and diseases. He also argued that technology and infrastructure is paramount in industrial expansion, that it's needed. Where is the green technology in Niger Delta region after 60 years of oil extraction? You cannot promise green technology in a present day disaster. He also argued that industries funds environmental protection and infrastructure. The infrastructures are built by the production of cement, steels, and the likes. Cement production is one of the world's largest emitters of carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide causes global warming and climate changes. He also said that environmental industrialization creates revenue for environmental protection. We destroy the environment to fix the environment. We destroy the environment to get money to fix the environment we destroy. Isn't that a Ponzi scheme? Despite earning billions from the oil and gas sector, the Niger Delta region have been plagued of mismanagement of funds, thereby leading the regions to be impoverished and polluted. Thank you.
Thank you to you too. Mary Rose Onyewaku of Timi Comprehensive College, Ikere, Moshin, Lagos, does drawing the curtains on the rebuttal round of this debate. We will now go into a short break. When we come back, it will be time for the closing arguments between Timi Comprehensive College and Heritage Group of Schools. Stay with us.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
Multi-Plan Pathway College is a leading sixth form college in Lagos that empowers high school graduates with the knowledge and skill to secure placement in top global universities around the world. At MPC, we don't just prepare you for university, we launch you into a global future with the highest caliber A-levels, foundation programs, and international test prep. Every student finds the support, opportunity, and results to go from Lagos to the world. MPC, your future starts here.
Hello there. I'm here to tell you about the world-class beverage cans producers, GZI. At GZI, excellence is our hallmark. We produce world-class aluminum beverage cans that meet the highest international quality and safety standards. Our cans are 100% recyclable, lightweight, and designed to keep every beverage fresh while protecting the planet. With state-of-the-art facilities and responsible production practices, we are proudly setting the pace for sustainable packaging across Africa. GZI. Yes, we can.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
Welcome back. We're ready now for the closing round, the final opportunity for persuasion. Remember, no new points may be introduced. It's your time to appeal to reason, conscience, and clarity. All the best to both of you.
This round will start with the motion supporter, Timi Comprehensive College. Closing this round is Ozeme. Ozeme, you've got 3 minutes. Your time starts now.
Honorable judges, as we come to the end of this debate, I invite us to pause and reflect on the truth that has guided every point on our side. The environment is not just part of our world; it is the basis of our survival, our well-being, and any form of hope any form of progress we hope to achieve. Throughout this debate, we have shown that protecting the environment is not a luxury, not an afterthought, and certainly not an obstacle, obstacle to development. The environment is the foundation upon which any upon which any meaningful, lasting advancement must be built on. Without the fertile soil, without clean water, without the stable climate, without the ecosystem that sustains us quietly, there will be no plan for growth which can stand. There will be no industry can flourish, and no society can truly prosper. There is a quote by the Cree Indians that echoes through time, that with a warning that we cannot afford to ignore. It says that when the last tree has been cut down, the last fish caught, the last river poisoned, only then will we realize we cannot eat money. This is not an exaggeration. It is a reminder that everything we depend on begins with the environment. Everything we depend on begins with the environment. It sustains us quietly, consistently, and generously until we push it beyond this limit. Our stance is not just about choosing nature over development. It's not about slowing progress. It has always been about choosing the path that can sustain prosperity long into the future. Because development that destroys the foundation is not development. It is a decline disguised as growth. The decline disguised as growth. As I close, I ask you to look at what truly ensures stability, prosperity, and safety for generations to come. Not short-term gain, not the rapid thrill of expansion, but the steady life living through that the environment, a protected environment offer. Our message is clear. If we want industries to thrive tomorrow, then we must protect our environment today. If we want progress that lasts, then we must build it on a planet that can sustain it. And if we want a future that is livable, sustainable, and secure, then we must put environmental protection first, because every other thing derives from it. The choice before you in this is not emotion. It is the kind of future we choose to believe in. To choose a future that is not only prosperous but possible. Thank you.
Well done. And that was Abdullahi Ozeme of Timi Comprehensive College, Itiremuchi in Lagos, resting their case. Over now to a heritage group of schools of Fada, Ogun State, and Leah Zipele.
Thank you, honorable moderators and judges, for giving me an opportunity to make my closing argument. Distinguished judges, ladies and gentlemen, let me close the debate by telling the truth my opponents will not say. A dead economy cannot fund a clean environment. A hungry nation cannot fight climate change. A jobless youth cannot plant trees. And a nation without power cannot power green dreams. My opponents speak passionately about the atmosphere. But 5.3 million children die yearly according to UNICEF. Not from pollution, but from poverty, hunger, and lack of basic services. Not from smokes, but from empty plates. Not from factory, but from lack of factories. Tell me, judges, how do you prioritize the environment, or people that cannot even prioritize their next meal? As the great environmentalist Wangai Mataya once said, you cannot protect the empowerment, you cannot protect the environment unless you empower the people, not weaken them, not impoverish them, empower them. Environmental Precedence does the opposite. It kills jobs, it kills industries, it kills opportunities. Yes, claims to be saving the planet. China has lifted over 800 million people out of poverty through industrial expansion first, then environmental precedent later. Countries with strict environmental laws are the one with the largest economies. Why? Because rich nations go green and poor nations go hungry. Environmental precedence is, imagine a woman with a pot trying to cook, and imagine someone tells her, hello madam, don't cook today, save the environment, save the firewood, but her pot is empty, her children are hungry. Environmental precedence allow hungry people to starve politely, all in the name of climate justice. My opponent said industry pollute the environment, but reality says 70% of African industry follow environmental laws according to UNEP. Green technology thrives because industry thrives, not because we shut them down. Nigeria contributes 3% of global emissions. Yes, losing 3% of climate change. Ladies and gentlemen, why do nations have to suffer twice? First, through poverty, and second, through environmental laws. This is not environmental justice. This is environmental hypocrisy. Ladies and gentlemen, picture a premature baby in an incubator. The hospital needs electricity to keep that baby breathing. Now imagine someone says, turn off the generator, it pollutes the air. The air will be clean, but the baby will die. This motion is exactly like clean air with dead dreams and pure sky with shattered future. Ladies and gentlemen, environmental precedence sounds noble until you ask this question: who pays the price? Is it the factory worker who loses his only job, uses to feed the family, or the business that dies due to lack of electricity, or the students who cannot go to school because industry that fund education shuts down, or the farmer that cannot plant crops because the factory that provide fertilizer shut down? Ladies and gentlemen, imagine two doors. Door one, environmental precedence. Behind it, unemployment, job loss, poverty, lack of basic services. Door two, balanced industrial growth. Behind it, jobs, innovation, employment, and a balanced future. Ladies and gentlemen, why do we see get stuck in the door that locks us in poverty? Why do you still get up in the door that locks us in poverty? United States polluted first, then clean later when they had wealth. China industrialized aggressively. Now it leads in green economy. Japan rebuilt after war. Now it has implemented one of the strictest environmental laws on earth. Ladies and gentlemen, history is shouting at us. Grow first, clean later, not the other way around. Not one country, I repeat, not one country progress by placing the environment first before industry. A nation is like a bird. One wing is the wing of development and the other the wing of environmental precedence. If you shorten the wing of industry and you weaken the wing of expansion, the bird will not fly greener, the bird will not fly cleaner, and the bird will not fly at all. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, with truth, evidence, and logic, I urge us defend balance, defend humility, and defend humanity. Thank you.
Okay. I hope they hear and defend humanity, Femi.
As do I. So, should environmental protection take precedence over industrial expansion? Do we slow down development to save the earth, or press forward with industry while hoping innovation will clean up the consequences? Well done, both of you, on this topic that is not just an ordinary debate, but which in itself a dilemma nations face every day. You have done your part. You've given your thoughtful, passionate responses on the topic. And now we weigh the fate of our environment against the march of industry. At the same time, we allow the judges to weigh the outcome of that debate and determine who advances to the semi-final. The verdict will be made known to you, as well as a word or two from Diction coach Yvonne right after this time out.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
At GZI, we believe corporate success must go hand in hand with community impact. Through our corporate social responsibility initiatives, we've supported lives across Nigeria, from donating protective coveralls to street sweepers nationwide to organizing free medical outreach programs for our host communities. We're committed to improving lives, promoting safety, and giving back wherever we operate. GZI, building communities, inspiring change.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
Welcome back. It's time now to listen to Diction Judge Yvonne Okhaifo.
Thank you, Femi. I'll start with Heritage Group of Schools. Say the other way around, not the other way around, the other way around, okay? Say student, not student. Student, okay? Don't say smokes. Smoke is uncountable. Don't say benzenes. Benzene is uncountable, okay? I was talking to Timi Comprehensive College, but back to Heritage Group of Schools. Before abbreviations, use the definite article the. So you should say, according to the IEA, according to the WHO, according to the UN, okay? Use the definite article the. Also say health, not health. Health. All right? Then say something is built on a foundation. On a foundation, okay? Not in a foundation. On a foundation. Conclusion, not conclusion. Conclusion. Say recorded, not recorded. Recorded, okay? Then say precedence. Precedence, not precedence. Precedence, okay? That's why you should also say president when you mean the head of the country, not president, because then there's a confusion. Economic, not economic. Economic, okay? And to Timi Comprehensive College, say prosperous, not prosperous. Prosperous, okay? Say plagued with. You plague something or someone with something. You don't plague them of it, okay? With. Say suicide, not suicide. Suicide. There are 3 syllables. Suicide. All right? Suicide. Say scarcity, not scarcity. Scarcity. There's a difference between elevate and alleviate. Okay, to elevate something is to raise it. All right, to alleviate is to make better, or to get rid of. When you alleviate poverty, you get rid of it. All right, then say above, not above. Say above. Say Saint Gallon, not Saint Gallon. Okay, Saint Gallon. All right, then say 30 and imperative, not imperative, imperative. All right, Femi.
All right, we're going to go to a break. When we come back from off this break, you'll hear the verdict. Stay with us.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Update. Here's the gist. New Good Mama detergent delivers express cleaning and fragrance boosters for extra freshness. All in a freshening pack made for your upgrade. Try it today.
Good Mama, the washing is fast. Good Mama, my fabric is belly fresh. Good Mama, express cleaning. Good Mama, my laundry reason to smile.
There's a reason she's a good mama. Express cleaning, extra fresh.
Every meal I cook must taste just right. Rich, delicious, full of love.
We hear you. Your Maggi Star in double cubes. Double the flavor, double the convenience. The same trusted taste you love. Maggi Star Double Cubes. Made from fermented soya and other selected ingredients for that deep flavor and quality that only Maggi brings to your dishes.
Absolutely delicious.
Get Maggi Double Cubes today. Me and Maggi, so good together.
Africa is all connected. With Turkish Airlines FlyFest, fly to Europe, to America, and to Istanbul at special prices. Book your ticket until December 15th for flights between September 15th and December 15th. For details, please visit TurkishAirlines.com. Turkish Airlines.
Mr. Teacher, please, what happens when children come to school? How is it that they leave home very neat and return looking so different?
Non-stop action, ma. All the learning and sports burn energy. So those sweat stains, dirty uniforms and shoes, they show that your kid has been very active.
Now, wow.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! Yes, so this is Jolly Johnny on the streets. How well do you know Maggi chicken flavor? Oh yeah, spell celery.
S-E-L-A-R-I-E. Celery.
Bros, you want to turn to salary? Okay, spell turmeric.
T-U-R-M-E-R-I-C.
Yes, so
turmeric.
Correct. One carton of Maggi chicken flavor for you.
Maggi chicken flavor with onions, celery, and turmeric. My game changer.
Okay, now. Dependable insurance. After God, you are the next insurance. See as the boys, the Allah. All the ladies, the Allah. Enjoy your car protection from accidents. Unforeseen loss, you can see them. Mistakes are meant to happen. If you don't jam the car, they'll jam yours. Will you beat them? Ah, yes, you will get them arrested. Your plans for that day is affected. You waste your money, you waste energy. That's how you can be protected.
Get the protection that pays today. Call 0700 AXA Mansa to get a motor insurance that pays. AXA, know you can.
Hello, Mrs. Martins.
Yes. Oh, Mrs. Johnson, how may I help you?
Junior's body temperature is high and he's complaining about headaches and body aches.
Not to worry. Get Bruston and suspension.
Okay, ma. I'll call you back.
Bruston and Suspension for Children is a sweet-tasting brand of ibuprofen which provides relief against toothache, pains, and fever in children after 30 minutes.
Hello, ma. Oh, Junior, stop that.
Is everything okay, Mrs. Johnson?
Yes, ma. Junior is fine now. In fact, Junior, sorry, ma. I'll call you back.
Brustin and Suspension for Children. Always take the product after meal. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor. A quality product from Rambaxay.
Celebrate with your family. Spread love for the world to see. Cook good meals, get your hearts merry. Tell your neighbors, bring company. Celebrate with power oil. No cholesterol. Taste you can't ignore. choice. Celebrate with power oil. No cholesterol. Things you can't ignore. The happy people's choice.
Power oil.
Update. Here's the gist. New Good Mama detergent delivers express cleaning and fragrance boosters for extra freshness. All in a freshening pack made for your upgrade. Try it today.
Good Mama, the washing is fast. Good Mama, my fabric is barely fresh. Good Mama, express cleaning. Good Mama, my laundry reason to smile.
There's a reason she's a good mama. Express cleaning, extra fresh.
This is where it all connects.
Welcome back. It's time for the verdict. This last debate. For the presentation round. Judge Ama, Judge Ufoma, and Chief Judge Chike all score it 10-8 each. 10-8 each. All in favor of Heritage Group of Schools. It's Timi Comprehensive College 24, Heritage Group of Schools 30 in round 1. Round 2. Chief Judge Chike and Judge Ama score it 10-9, and Judge Ufoma scores it 10-8. All in favor of Timi Comprehensive College. The bottom round goes to Timi Comprehensive College. It's 30 points to them and 26 points to their opponents. And so they've cut the 6-point lead from round 1 to just within 2. It's 54 to Timi Comprehensive College and 56 to Heritage Group of Schools. For the third round, Judge Ama scores it 10-9. Judge Ufoma scores it 10 to 8.5. And Chief Judge Chike scores it 10 to 8. It's all by 30 to 25.5 points to Heritage Group of Schools. It's a total of 86 points to 79.5. Diction scoring is a tie for your winner. 29 to 27, 28 to 26.5, and 29 to 26 for each of the judges' scorecards. The total of 96 points to 89.5 by unanimous decision. Congratulations to the duo of Ayeba Tokonilia Zipele and Babalola Deborah Tolua Lokwe of Heritage Group of Schools of Ada Ogun State. Congratulations to you two. Well done. You roll straight into the semi-final.
That's right, Femi. Meanwhile, the judges want Heritage Group of Schools to, especially, this message is for you, Deborah Babalola. The judges want you to calm down and speak slowly, or at least try to pace yourself so that they can hear what you're saying. All right? You don't want to, at the end of the day, put yourself at a disadvantage for speaking too quickly. All right?
Thank you.
I pointed that out in your last debate. Remember, yes. You have work to do.
Yes.
Well done, Timi
Ozeme.
Comprehensive College. Ozeme.
You've done well.
And Mary Rose.
Absolutely.
Well done. Mary Rose, I was worried for you because your intro in that rebuttal round was long.
But it was beautiful.
But,
it was a beautiful.
But when you went into your point, your rebuttals were strong,
Yes.
very strong.
Yes.
And which was why I didn't think you could win that rebuttal round. But you won it. Well done. Ozeme, I like your smile even in defeat. I like your attitude. You will go far in life. You too, Mary Rose. It's not the end. Your first time you got to the quarterfinal. You came close to getting to the semis.
Just so you know, these are veterans. This is not their first rodeo. It's not even their second. All right? So they've gotten ample
And
time.
they're going to the semifinals for the first time.
For the first time.
Yeah.
So these ones are, in fact, the poster kids for resilience, okay? All the best to you.
Well done. Congratulations to you once again, Heritage Group of Schools.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
We get ready for the second debate right after this timeout.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by